tax relief.
I'm Richard Cantu, ABC News.
Farmers, as you get geared up for spring planting, be sure to talk to the team at Titan Machinery. Titan Machinery in Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and Platte will be holding their open house days March 5th through the 9th with special sing on parts. Plus, you'll want to talk to the service departments about their uptime service specials. They can make sure your equipment is ready when you are. Open house days March 5th through the 9th at Titan Machinery in Miller, Highmore, Pierre, and Platte. Titan Machinery. Better solutions.
Skip the drive for peace of mind. Skip the drive and enjoy the flight. Be Regional Airport. Skip the drive.
Why spend all that time driving when you can fly from Pierre? Quick, nonstop jet service to Denver 12 times per week and one-way rates as low as $99. You know, in the time it takes to drive to Gettysburg or Murdo, you could be in Denver. Contact your travel agent or search Google Flights online for pricing and availability.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Alex, there's times in my life where the struggles, the turmoil, the chaos, the mysteries of what's going on in my family, why do bad things happen to good people, it all comes to me, and then God calls us to be people of God, to become people of God. Alex, what does that mean?
That means that we're on this journey together. At Lutheran Memorial Church, we are discovering what it means for us to be the people of God, for all people of God. Come join us Wednesday night at 6:15, Saturday night at 5:30, or Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
At Lutheran Memorial Church, we are becoming a people of God.
For all people of God.
Skip the drive for peace of mind. Skip the drive.
Whoops, to Regional Airport twice.
Be Regional Airport. Skip the drive.
Why spend all that time driving when you can fly from Pierre? Quick, nonstop jet service to Denver 12 times per week and one-way rates as low as $99. You know, in the time it takes to drive to Gettysburg or Murdo, you could be in Denver. Contact your travel agent or search Google Flights online for pricing and availability.
I am John Hodson with Hawaii.
March is National Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Awahi Incorporated would like to thank the following businesses for employing people we support.
Cowboy Concrete Store, Slumberland, Walmart, Scale, South Dakota, City of Fort Hill, the Capital General, Rapid Bar and Grill, Gator, South Dakota Coalition for Persons with Disabilities, Southeast Pierre United Methodist Church, Lincoln Apartments, Quality Inn, Capital Area Refuge, Hawaii YMCA, Black Hills Special Services, Brandy Iron Bistro, Pierre Bliss Bakery and Cafe, Economark, Pierre, Virtual Building, Bob's Lounge, and Hawaii Inc. Hawaii Inc. thanks all the employers.
Weather brought to you by Bad River Mercantile, located on historic downtown Main Street, Fort Pierre, providing a full line of Western wear, tack, and boots, where it's the cowboy way.
Weather is brought to you by Pure Family Dental and Gettysburg Dental Clinic. Make your appointment today. Call 224-7774. Dr. Ryan Jensen wants to meet you. Pure Family Dental and Gettysburg Dental Clinic, improving lives one smile at a time.
And in your weather eye forecast for tonight, an overnight low of around 3 above. For tomorrow, we'll see a high of around 29. And then taking a look at what's going to happen for your Friday, a high of 34. Saturday, a chance for some mixed precipitation, possibly turning to snow. Taking a look at temperatures in and around the area, Mobridge in at 16 degrees. Rapid City reports in at 22, Chamberlain 24, Watertown 18. Brookings has got some flurries and 20 degrees. Sioux Falls flurries and 22. Phillip clear skies and 22, and in Pierre, Fort Pierre, clear skies, 20 degrees, northwest wind at 8 miles an hour. Our wind chill index is at 10. That's a look at your weather eye forecast on 1060 KGFX.
The following is a presentation of Dakota Radio Group Sports and DRGnews.com.
1060 KGFX is proud to bring you coverage of area high school sports. To hear this broadcast online, log on to DRGnews.com. Now, with the pregame, here's Brian Oakland.
On a very good Wednesday evening, everybody. We don't get to say that very often, but it is Wednesday, and it's time for a night of high school basketball, and it is the second season, obviously, and one game to go for the Sully Buttes Chargers as they try to match the girls. The girls hit the road to the State B girls basketball tournament this morning from Oneida. The boys will try to do the same, punch their ticket as they take on the Harding County Ranchers. We're coming to you from the Faith Community Center in Faith, South Dakota, and really glad to have you. Big game coming up tonight, the round of 16 in Class B, featuring the second-seeded Sully Buttes Chargers and the 15th-seeded Harding County Ranchers. This broadcast is being brought to you, by the way, the broadcast of this playoff game been authorized by the special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. And our coverage of Sully Buttes postseason basketball on KGFX and DRGnews.com made possible by Wilbur Ellis, by Venture Communications, Colson Farms, the Corner Convenience Store, Stewart & Daughters, by Oahe Grain, Sunrise Bank Dakota, Midwest Cooperatives, Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Service, and Farm Credit Services of America, with special announcements throughout from the South Dakota High School Activities Association. And coverage of high school sports brought to you within the broadcast by the Boyd Conzemius Agency, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Teton River Traders Gun Shop, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, by Lynn's Dakota Mart, Coca-Cola Bottling, and Bauman Lumber, and Wegner Auto in Pierre. Reminding you, stay up to date with the scores of tonight's game when we give you the Wegner Auto scoreboard at the end of each of our quarter breaks. Brought to you by Wegner Auto Company in Pierre, the one place to go. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play tonight. Glad to have you with us. Doreen Foster will be running the show back in studio, providing technical direction. And again, one of 6 games that are going to be played tonight around South Dakota. The rest of them after the blizzard postponements, which of course all of these games were supposed to be played last night. The rest of the games in classes A and B will be played tomorrow night, including some on the Dakota Radio Group stations. We'll talk more about that as we get into the pregame show. But a lot coming up in the pregame, as we've got conversations with both head coaches we want to get to. In our keys to success, we'll give you starting lineups and again the schedule of games if time permits. But they're almost ready to get going here. Let's take a 60-second timeout, and our keys to success begin with the head coach, with Brian White, the head coach, and a conversation with the coach coming up next as we bring you the round of 16 on 1060 KGFX 107.1 FM, online at drgnews.com, and also live streaming through the KGFX channel at youtube.com. We're back in 1 minute.
The staffs at Wilbur Ellis and Highmore, Blunt, and Miller wish the best of luck to the area high school sports athletes, and they're proud to bring you this game. Learning teamwork and dedication now provides great lessons for life and their wish to successful season. Just like the success the team at Wilbur Ellis strives to help their customers achieve in their farming operations. Put them to work for you. Call Blunt at 962-6161, Miller 853-2382, and Highmore at 852-2220. Wilbur Ellis, ideas to grow with.
Venture Communications, providing reliable gigabit RushNet internet, digital HD TV, and communication services to South Dakota. Everybody gets HD free. With digital TV, you get what you want. Digital TV, DVR, free HD, and more. Bundle your digital TV with ultra-fast gigabit RushNet internet and reliable phone services to save. Ask about managed dual-band Wi-Fi service also with a managed router. Venture Communications, 852-2224, keeping you in touch.
Back at the Faith Community Center as we get into our broadcast on your way to or from the games, or perhaps to the state tournaments this weekend. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you, avoid a kiss with death. Always plan a designated driver and make sure you buckle up every trip, every time. Don't drink and drive from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. We begin with keys to success. We'll hear from Jay Wahman of Harding County in a bit, but our Boyd Conzemius Agency keys to success begin with the Sully Buttes standpoint and head coach Brian White. Well, we got a technical difficulty. I'll get that straightened out here. Let us try this again, and head coach Brian White and their keys to success. It's time for the keys to success. One game to go before the state tournament. Let's talk with Brian White, the head coach of the Sully Chargers. Coach, you come out of your region through the semifinals, a couple of games against Eureka Bowdle and most recently against Leola Frederick area on Friday night that you really got off to fast starts, and you had big leads in the first half in both of those games. And when you can do that, especially in a postseason game, it makes that other team wear down so much quicker. And I think maybe that was the case with Eureka Bowdle. Even though they had a pretty good comeback effort against you, you're just able to hold them off.
Yeah, I mean, if you get out to a good start.
Against Leola Frederick.
Leola Frederick, there you go. Yeah. Leola, we played really well early, and then we kind of relaxed and gave them some things that aren't traditionally something we've given up this year. So that was a little bit disappointing that we didn't finish the game quite like we wanted to, but you got to move on past that and move on to this one, because the past can't do much about that one. So, but still came out with a nice win against a team that we knew was really athletic, could do a lot of things on the floor. So we knew that we had to come out and play one of our best games of the year, and I thought we really did defensively. I thought we did a really nice job on that end.
Well, even that game, you could call it a learning experience, because I mean, you have that ability to get off to fast starts, but if suddenly you start having to face a little adversity, and you found out how to play with some adversity and how to respond.
Absolutely, and this group's pretty veteran, so they don't get flustered too much. The biggest thing is they just got to stay locked in and ready to go. And I think tonight you're going to get a very focused team. We're going to get a team that's going to come out and play with a lot of energy and really play to the best of their abilities, just because they really want this. I mean, they've put a lot of time into this. They really want to get back to Aberdeen and give themselves a shot at doing something in Aberdeen. So I think we're going to get a great effort out of our group tonight.
I think that's what I like to see the most, is that you set goals at the beginning of the season. Now you're one game away from reaching, well, stage 1 or stage 2 of those goals, and I think the focus is still there, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're focused. I think they haven't looked past anybody to this point, other than I think in Eureka Bowdle we had a little bit of a lack there, and they shot the ball really well. They played really well. You got to give them credit too. But beyond that, I think we've been locked in for almost every single night this year, and that's something that's been big for us.
So Hardin County tonight, a team that's been to the last 2 state tournaments, and this is you don't hear a lot about Hardin County out in this region, out in this part of the state, but they've been to Aberdeen. This is a team, even though they've lost a little from last year, that knows what it's going to take to get back to Aberdeen.
Yeah, absolutely. They've lost a little bit. They're a little bit different team than they were last year. They're very young, and you get a young team in these situations, they're playing with house money, So we know that they're going to come out firing on all cylinders. They're going to come out, throw everything they've got at us, and come and compete like crazy. Our job is, our kids got to stay locked in and do what they're supposed to, and do all the little things. And if we can do that, we'll be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think defensively against this team, it's going to be a team that I expect them to throw a lot of threes up, and obviously they can get streaky, and maybe you see something different on film, but it's a team that's going to be pretty athletic again, running up and down the floor, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're a pretty athletic group. They're gonna get up shots. They're gonna get a lot of threes up. That's always there's good and bad to that. It's not as high a percentage of a shot, but it's also one of those shots when you get hot. Sometimes you can make people get out of what they want to do. So for us, we just got to do what we do. We got to do it really well, and if we do that, I think we'll be in good shape.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it. Good luck tonight, all right?
Thanks for covering us.
Brian White, the head coach of the Sully Buttes Chargers, comments and keys to success that are sponsored by the Boyd Konzemius Agency of Pierre. Let's hear from them, and then we'll hear from Jay Wahman and the Hardin County Ranchers coming back with more keys as we give you the round of 16 on KGFX.
Ryan Peck drives to rural towns every week, bringing music to kids who need it most. He dreams of showing people the importance of music in a child's life. American Family Insurance is helping make that happen right now.
Keep on sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
For details, contact Boyk and Zemius at Boyk and Zemius Agency. Call 224-6271 or stop by 221 West Capitol Avenue, Suite 103 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
And we've got more keys to success with the head coach of the Hardin County Ranchers, Jay Wahman, with us here tonight. And Coach, you're in a position. Your team has been here before. The last couple of years, you've made it to the state tournament. I think you have a younger team, obviously, this time around, but still, you've got the experience there. And coming into a big game tonight, I think you've got the leadership that can still make good things happen here.
Yeah, we're kind of coming in this game embracing the underdog role, and we're going to play as hard as we can and see what happens.
Well, with Sully Buttes, obviously, a team that's a veteran crew, but what can you do, I think, defensively against a team that's been kind of the juggernaut? And I know you know a lot about them, but what's your game plan, I guess, against them defensively?
They're really good against man or zone. They have 5 kids always on the court that do really good things for them. Our goal tonight is going to try to maybe pack it in a little bit and make them hit a few from the outside to start it out. So we don't want their 2 big guys to get going early on, because once they get the inside-out game going, they're impossible to guard. So we're going to try to make them beat us from the outside to start, and then kind of play off of that.
I think that's you mentioned that early on, because that's what they've done in the last 2 games in the postseason. They've got big early leads, and if you're playing from behind early, it's going to be awful tough.
Yeah, it is, and that's going to be the key. Come out, play loose the first 4 minutes, and just kind of see how we can respond from that.
You've got a good winning streak going, though. 7 straight, 9 out of 10, something like that. Obviously, you've got a confident team at least coming in.
Yeah, very young, confident team. That hasn't been in many situations like this before, which kind of could be a good thing too, because they're just going to come out, have fun, and play basketball.
What with the roster that you have and the kids that were at the state tournament the last 2 years, what kind of leadership do you still have here?
We have 2 kids that played during those games. Jake George is a senior, and sophomore point guard Zach Anders, who's really improved this year, become our leading scorer as a sophomore. So those 2 we're going to count on tonight.
All right, how about offensively then? What can you get done against a very long Sully Buttes team?
Very long and athletic at all positions. We're going to try to get out and try to maybe get 1 or 2 easy points in transition, see if we can get that going. And then when we're open, we got to shoot it. Hopefully we can shoot it well from the outside tonight.
I was going to say, do you feel like you have to rely on, not necessarily, I don't want to use the word rely, but you're going to need the 3-pointers.
You're definitely going to need the 3-point shot to be going in tonight to have a chance.
All right, any other keys to success tonight for you?
Just kind of what we've been talking about. Hopefully limit them, box out really well, limit them to 1 shot every time down the court, and then when we get open looks, we have to knock them down.
Maybe get some guys in foul trouble too?
That's the key. That's definitely, if we can get one of their 2 big guys in foul trouble, that wouldn't hurt.
All right, Coach, I appreciate your time. Great season. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks for your time.
And that's Jay Wahman, the head coach of the Hardin County Ranchers. Comments and keys to success from the Boyd Consemius Agency in Pierre. We'll take a 2-minute break. We're going to have our national anthem here at the Faith Community Center, and we'll be back to give you the starting lineups and the game officials and more. Still to come in the pregame of the round of 16 on 1060 KGFX and drgnews.com.
Colson Farms of Blunt proudly sponsors this broadcast of the Sully Buttes Chargers. High school athletics and activities are about learning life values, such as perseverance, commitment, and teamwork. Success travels in the company of very hard work, and it shows with the Chargers. Colson Farms wishes the Sully Buttes athletes the best of luck in your competition. In for the win, Chargers. The Corner in Oneida is a proud supporter of Sully Buttes athletics and youth activities. Stop by the Corner on your way out to support the Chargers for all of your C-store needs. Fuel, hot stuffed pizza, roaster chicken, and daily lunch specials. Plus snacks, beverages, and everybody's favorite, warm cookies. The crew at the Corner is proud of the hard work and determination our kids show in all of their school activities and wish them good luck in today's performance. From the Corner in Oneida.
Virtually anything in your house or building that can run on electricity can run on propane. However, a propane-fueled home is less costly to operate than an electric home. Studies have shown that propane is cheaper, warmer, cleaner, safer, and more dependable than electric. Contact Stewart & Daughters in Oneida at 258-2647 today to learn more about the benefits of propane. Stewart & Daughters, a proud sponsor of high school sports and the Sully Buttes Chargers. Good Luck Chargers from Oahe Grain Corporation in Oneida, your local independently owned and operated grain elevator. At home or in the field, find all the market information you need online at OaheGrainCorp.com. You can even get bid information by text. Oahe Grain, bringing the world's markets to local farmers with updates every day. For all your grain marketing needs, call Tim or Allen at Oahe Grain in Oneida today. 1-800-658-3654.
Welcome back to Faith, about halfway between Oneida and Buffalo, the home of the Hardin County Ranchers. I'm Brian Oakland. We continue with our pregame of the round of 16 coming up here as the winner moves on to the state Class B boys basketball tournament next weekend in Aberdeen. Time for starting lineups. We'll breeze through these very quickly. Brought to you by Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre. As the Chargers will go this way at the point. It's Devin Clevin, the 6'1" senior, along with Nick Whitler, the shooting specialist at 5'11", and the sophomore Cameron Ogle will step out and pop a 3 or 2 tonight, a 6' junior, along with the big guys in the middle, Jacob Howard, the 6'3" senior, and Lincoln Jordry at 6'9", and the standout senior. For the Sully Buttes Chargers with Ogle, Clevin, Jordry, Whitler, and Howard, the starting 5. We'll see Jack Mercer, Jet Lamb, and others off of the bench for the 21-1 second-seeded Sully Buttes Chargers, head coach by Brian White, assisted by Lee Kinney, Jesse Whitler, and the Teton River Traders starting lineups for the opposing team tonight, the visiting team on the scoreboard. The Hardin County Ranchers look like this. At one guard is Zach Anders, a sophomore at 5'9". Garrett Rolfe is a senior in the backcourt as well at 5'10", and the third guard is Camden Hett. He is a sophomore at 6 feet tall. The forwards included Jake George, a 6'1" senior, and Jackson Klemple, the sophomore at 6'3". So Zach Anders, Garrett Rolfe, Camden Hett, Jake George, and Jackson Klemple, the starting 5 that we'll get to know very quickly for Hardin County. Names off the bench include Royal Elk Eagle and Garrett George, Robert Hansen, David Tylis, and Reed Jensen, who will check in off the bench. For the 14-7 Hardin County Ranchers, they're 14-7, but they've won 7 games in a row, and 9 of their last 10 after starting 5-6 on the season. They got here with wins over Newell and Faith. The Longhorns were the second seed. They played that one in Lemon, now playing in the home gym of the Faith Longhorns. This is the 4th time Hardin County has played in this gym, and they're looking for their 9th trip to the State B boys basketball tournament. Those are the starting lineups from Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre, and your game officials are Brad Booth, Landon Arnold, and D'Amico Rodriguez. Coming in tonight, those are the guys in stripes, and we call them the Law on the Court. They're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's office. We'll hear from them and Teton River, and we'll tip it off after this break here as you're listening. Let's go 90 seconds, and we're back for the tip of the round of 16. Sully Buttes, Hardin County coming up, 1060 KGFX and DRGnews.com.
The key to a successful hunt begins at Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre. They carry a large variety of reloading equipment, cleaning supplies, and firearms accessories. They also sell and deliver Liberty gun safes. See Teton River Traders Gun Shop for all of your gunsmithing needs, including custom-built firearms. Stop in today. Teton River Traders Gun Shop, located west on Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre.
I just received a call that Travis has been arrested. He's not going to jail, but he needs to pay a fine immediately, or he will be put in jail. I can send him some money. Have you heard anything?
Oh, Mom, this is a scam. I heard about it on the news this week. It's called the grandparent scam. You wire the money and you never see it again. So let's call Consumer Protection, find out what the next step should be. Here's the number, 1-800-300-1986. Welcome to Lynn's Dakota Mart. Check out their selection in the meat, produce, and deli department, as well as the rest of the store. The freshest and best quality in the area. Don't see what you need? Just ask. Their friendly staff is more than happy to help in any way possible. For any gathering, large or small, Lynn's Dakota Mart is there for you. special orders and requests too. Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Lynn's Dakota Mart. Thrifty, local, and convenient.
Here we go as we welcome you back to Faith. Brian Oakland with play-by-play, and the opening tips controlled by Sully Buttes and Lincoln Jewelry, sponsored by the folks of Lynn's Dakota Mart with stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre, other cities as well throughout South Dakota, including the Lynn's Dakota Mart right here in Faith in the Northwest. How about that opening pass as Cameron Ogle will feed underneath to Jacob Howard, and Howard gets the Chargers off to a quick start. 2-0 as the winner of this one moves on to the Big B. Chargers are looking for their second straight trip to Aberdeen and their 15th overall as Sully Buttes High School. On the move to the baseline, Jake George will lose the ball out of bounds. So Harding County will turn it over on their first offensive possession. It's the Ranchers in purple with the gold numbers in trim. Sully Buttes, the home team, as the higher seed, and the home white with the purple numbers and trim. Cross-court pass. Cameron Ogle spots up for three and hits it as Devin Clevin will get the assist, and the Chargers are 2 for 2. And a quick 5-0 advantage. Once again, you're able to see this game as well as hear it on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to 1060 KGFX channel on YouTube.com, and you'll see this one. Here's a quick fire up from the half circle. Shot up, no good. The tip stays with the Ranchers, though. Now a kick out for three, and off the mark, no good, as Jordry's able to run down the rebound. Nice hustle by Garrett Rolfe to get a keep alive, but 0 for 2 on that possession for the Ranchers. Here's Howard underneath, and his shot is blocked. Takeaway for Harding County, the first miss of the night, and a nice job defensively for Jackson Klemple. Underneath and not able to use the glass this time. Shot up, no good. Jordry with a rebound. Quick outlet there is Whitler who gets the finish. And the Chargers, who are fired up, get the basket to count and a chance at a three-point play. And again, Harding County going to have to try to keep the Chargers very close. I think that's maybe their biggest key to success. Whitler with the layup, and gets a nice shooter's touch to finish off that three-point play, and an 8-0 start for the Chargers. 3 for 4 shooting. There's the foul up. Actually, it says number 23 with his second personal, but that was just the first whistle of the night. Here's a baseline effort that's too strong. Missed by Jake George. Chargers up the floor, and a good hustle by Zach Anders to knock it away out of bounds on the far side. Chargers will inbound. 6:07 to play. First period, 8-0 Chargers with that quick start. Similar to what they did in their first two postseason games, and wins over Eureka Bowdle as well as Leola Frederick. Jordry fouled on the entry pass here. Jake George will pick up his first personal. Camden Het had the first one for Harding County. Chargers will inbound. Off the left side of the key, Howard pushes it out to Whitler. Over to Ogle inside, the turnaround jump hook, no good for Howard. Jordry fights for the rebound, but unable to handle it as Howard just missed that one off the back of the rim. So a defensive stop for the Ranchers. And again, Harding County, of course, as far northwest as you can get in South Dakota. We tend to call that God's country, further northwest than where we are here. Het tries one inside, off the glass, no good. That was Howard with the rebound. Jordry is fouled. I believe they'll say in the act of shooting. Lincoln believes it. He's going to the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair, as it is Zach Anders guilty of his first personal foul. Jordry was ready for a mid-range jump shot. He's not just an underneath big man. He can step out and hit those 15, 16 footers. Of course, a good free throw shooter as well, as he hits the first of two. The second one is up and also perfect. And the Chargers have the first 10 on the night, 10-0 with the lead. The 2 versus the 15, so on paper, obviously, Sully Buttes will be a big favorite. Harding County is aware of that. There's a shot up on line, unable to hit, however, was Het, and a second chance for Klemple. He will not get it to go either. And the Chargers back on the attack, onto the inbound, or off of the rebound underneath. Howard, it was good, but they'll wave it off. They say Jacob Howard guilty of a travel. So it stays 10-0. And the Ranchers will inbound. Token man pressure here with Devin Clevin. And again on our video, as well as if you visualize it, listening on the radio. Harding County moving from right to left with the basketball now, trying a spin move. Nice shot. It's up and in, and that's 2 for Garrett Rolfe. First 2 of the night for the Ranchers. They pull within 10-2. Chargers quickly up the floor. Nice fake. Putting it on the floor is Ogle, but in and out, no good. Unable to hit. Klemple with the rebound for Harding County. And they'll head back the other direction. Sully Buttes unable to hit on their last 3 possessions. Clevin has fallen down, slow to get up. Now ready to go again with 3, no good. Klemple had an offensive rebound, and he is fouled on the way back up. And Jackson Klemple, the sophomore, who is going to have to work a little harder than he normally does against guys like Jacob Howard and Lincoln Jordry. Now Devin Clevin is taken to the bench. Grant Johnson, the first off the bench for Sully Buttes, and hopefully Devin will be back ready to go. Might have a barking dog in the ankle area. Perhaps a little bit of a roll. Assistant coach Lee Kenning maybe sending Jet Lamb to the locker room to get a little ice. I'm not sure. Klemple hit the first free throw. The second one is up and good. 4 in a row for the Ranchers. Foul was whistled on Lincoln Jordry. That's his first and the first team foul for the Chargers. 10-4. Chargers in front. Here is Ogle from Whitler. Now across the way. Jordry has that one knocked away. Who was the last to touch? The officials have to confer, and they say Sully Buttes, and Lincoln Jordry was the last fingertip on the ball. So the Chargers may be relaxing a little bit here, and Harding County with a bit of momentum. The last 4 points on the board and a chance for a few more. First substitution for the Ranchers brought Royal Elk Eagle in. He's a 5'10 sophomore. Here's a quick fire 3. Zach Anders up, no good. Good-looking shot. Ogle down with the rebound. Here come the Chargers. Whitler with a stop and go. Off the baseline, back to Jordry. Now Nick's got it in the corner. 3 ball is up. It will not go. Heading the other direction, Camden Het with the rebound. Now Het gets it back. Fires a 3, but it's off the mark. And Grant Johnson comes down with the rebound. As we head the other way. From the corner, Ogle will try and hit his second 3 of the night. Chargers kind of needed that one. Taking a little of that first period momentum back, 13-4. Sully Buttes by 9. Underneath to Klemple. Jordry might have gotten a small piece of that on the backside. Enders unable to keep it alive. And we'll have substitutions off of the play stoppage. Sully Buttes basketball. Camden Het checking out for Harding County. Elk Eagles still in there. The rest of the starting 5 replenished. It looks like perhaps it's Garrett Rolfe back in on the floor for the boys in purple. Swing around the perimeter. Here's Ogle for the Chargers. Cameron still working with that face mask to protect the broken nose. He fires another 3. It didn't go, but there's a foul underneath the basket. And trying to jockey for position. This one apparently against Harding County. It'll go against Klemple, working against Jordry. His first personal, team foul number 4 for the Ranchers. Jacob Howard in, Jet Lamb quickly back out. 3:02 to play in the first quarter. Howard quickly lobs into Jordry. Shot is up and good, just like that. Jordry's first field goal of the night. He's got 4 points to lead back to 11 for Sully Buttes. Enders gives back to Rolfe, and now pocket picked by Nick Whitler. Nick quickly up the floor, gets a foul, gets a layup, and a chance at a 3-point play. It's the second time Whitler will go to the free throw line with a chance at the old-fashioned 3. Now Devin Clevin, who came out with a lower leg, an ankle roll early. I think they've got a little tape on that. Devin ready to go. Grant Johnson checks out. The free throw in and out for Whitler, up no good. Elk Eagle was guilty of the foul. Ranchers with the rebound. Heading back the other way. Whitler 1 for 2 from the stripe. 17-4, Chargers by 13. They scored the first 10 of the game. Now they've scored the last 7 as well. Shot up this time from the free throw line. Jumper no good for Jake George. Whitler with the rebound. He still has it. Jump stop into the lane, and they'll wave it off. Yes, he'll be called for the travel. Well, Nick split defenders with that jump step. But the defense caught up, and they just thwarted any effort for Whitler to put the ball up or get up into the air and put a shot up. On the move is Enders. Loses it, but outside to Rolfe. There's a block by the big fella, Jordry. Keeping alive is Harding County, and the three for Enders is up no good. Whitler will pull another rebound home. Chargers back on the attack. Underneath, Clevin feeding Jordry. It's up and in for two. Lincoln at 6'9". Of course, the tallest player for Harding County on the floor, 6'3", and Jackson Klemple. Again, a tall task, now 9 unanswered for the Chargers. Here's Elk Eagle for three, up no good. Off the mark, Jordry reaches for the rebound. Pulls it down. The Ranchers are 0 for 6 from long range. We talked with Jay Wahman, their head coach, about keys to success, and obviously they were going to have to hit the threes to stay close early. That hasn't happened yet. Clevin to Jordry. From the right elbow, it's up no good. Ranchers down with the rebound. Back the other way, right to left. Go the Ranchers. On the move in the half circle. Trying to stay away out of the long arm reach, and the three ball this time for Jake George is up no good, but it's kept alive by Zach Anders. And we've got a foul called against the Chargers, and Jacob Howard, who will pick up the reach. That is his first and the team's second. Klemple checks out. Nice hand for him for Harding County. And it's 23, Camden Het back in. Harding County will inbound off the left side of the key. Harding County, give them credit. They've battled on the boards. They actually have a 4-0 lead in the offensive rebound category. And overall, I've got them trailing 9-8. They're hanging tough off the glass, but they need to get some shots to fall. There's Enders, who gets fouled as Clevin got caught up in the air, came down on top of him. D'Amico Rodriguez will call Clevin for his first personal, but they'll say the foul is on the floor rather than in the act of shooting. So an inbound throw-in from underneath and a fresh 35. 43 seconds to go, first period. Chargers up 19-4. Ranchers got to get it in. They're unable to do so. 5-second violation will be their third turnover here in this first period. And Sully Buttes will get it back. Harding County will go with a 2-1-2 on the full court here now. A little different look. Chargers with a long pass up ahead. Howard now to Jet Lamb. Jet loses it going up, though. And a double dribble off of that rebound. A little indecision perhaps for Zach Anders, who I don't think he expected to have so much room to dribble the ball up the floor. So now with the shot clock off, most of 30 seconds left, Anders will check out. And in for the first time is Reese Jensen for the Harding County Ranchers. Harding County, again, they made it to the State B tournament the last 2 years, but they lost, I believe, 4 significant starters and a lot of playing time. Chargers will get a chance to play for the last shot. Now Whitler will put it in motion. Jack Mercer checks in to close out the quarter, the 6-foot junior. He has it now. Mercer over to Whitler. Crowd counting it down to 5 seconds. Whitler around the perimeter. Good defense. Nice pass inside, and it's up and in. Jet Lamb for 2. That is a pretty play for Sully Buttes to close out the first quarter of play. And on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, Sully Buttes has a 21-4 lead at the end of one. The Wagner Auto scoreboard from Wagner Auto in Pierre. The one place to go. We're back in 60 seconds, quarter number 2. Coming up in the round of 16 with Sully Buttes on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
With convenient mobile text banking from Sunrise Bank, it's easier than ever to manage your money right where you are. Using just your message feature on your mobile phone, you can quickly check your account balances and review your transaction history. See how easy it is to keep up with your finances on the go. Sunrise Bank Dakota is a proud sponsor of Sully Buttes Athletics and Activities and wish the Chargers good luck in today's competition. Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, member FDIC.
CHS Midwest Cooperative is a proud supporter of youth activities. They're your full-service ag center serving western and central South Dakota. When you need help on your farm or ranch operation, call your local CHS Midwest Cooperative office. They're your agribusiness partners in Pierre, Phillip, Kadoka, Blunt, Oneida, Draper, and Highmore. CHS Midwest Cooperative is proud to sponsor local sports and promote our local youth. And remember, for your farm or ranch, visit the team at CHS Midwest Cooperative, serving western and central South Dakota.
Welcome back to the Faith Community Center. Pretty new building here in Faith and a good place for basketball. Harding County likes it. This is their fourth time they've played here this year. And they begin the second period with a three-pointer from the corner, Zach Anders. Hits the first three of the night in 8 tries for Harding County. Harding County went 1 of 16 in that first period on the floor. Trailed 21-4, now 21-7, and then Chargers come back, and Cameron Ogle feeds underneath to Jacob Howard, who puts it up and in, 23-7. Chargers up by 16 early on. We've got some scores. Again, this is one of 6 games that are going on in South Dakota, round of 16s, both classes A and B. Here's Camden Het with a pull-up. Rather, that is Jake George with the pull-up jumper from inside the right elbow. Ranchers 2 for 2 now in the second period. Trying to get some more offense going with a little more consistency. Chargers have their starting 5 to begin this second period. Almost a knock away, but it's saved back into the hands of Ogle. Now Whitler on the drive down the lane. The floater is up and in, and we'll have a whistle and a timeout called by Harding County. So a Coca-Cola timeout brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling of Pierce. 6:45 to go in the second period. We're back in 30 seconds. Postseason basketball is on KGFX.
At Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemicals in Oneida, they know farmers don't all have the same game plan. That's why they give farmers options, from what brand of seed they want to use to what features they want on their grain trailer. Barber Chemicals also provides custom spraying of ag chemicals and fertilizers, finding the best solution for your fields. Team up with the best. Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemicals in Oneida, a proud sponsor of Sully Butte Sports. Call 258-2708 or come see them under the Big Blue Water Tower south of Oneida.
Welcome back to Faith once again. First timeout spent in the game by either team. This one called by Harding County, who trails 25-9. Brian Oakland alongside with play-by-play here on KGFX. Again, live streaming video on YouTube.com. Good to see that we've got some viewers out there tonight. Welcome aboard. Winner of this one moves on to the State B basketball tournament for the boys next weekend. Here's Whitler for 3, left side, up, no good. Rebound stays with the Chargers, their first offensive board of the night. Clevin runs it down in the near corner. Quick pass, Ogle has it knocked away. Anders got a hand on it. Ranchers with the takeaway, pushing it up the floor to the baseline. Ogle closes that off, though. Harding County will try something new. Anders almost lost the dribble. Now collects it once again. Garrett Rolfe down to George, and it is Jake George with a nice baseline drive, putting it up and in. Harding County, bit of a different ball club here so far in the second period. Already with 7 points in the second after just 4 in the first. Still trailing by quite a hefty margin, though, 25-11. There's Whitler to Jordry underneath, but Ogle on the backside with the offensive rebound. He'll put it back up and in. Jordry had his shot blocked a little bit, but Ogle able to bail him out. Shot up no good for Harding County, kept alive by the Chargers. They'll take it away. Underneath, inside, spin move. Howard unable to hit, got his own rebound, and then falling off balance. We'll put it back up and in. Everybody who plays Sully Buttes knows how difficult it is to make plays in the paint and underneath especially, not only with Lincoln Jordry, but with Jacob Howard. As a big fella, got such good body control. Speaking of body control, Zach Anders with a nice move. He'll put the floater up and in. He's got 5, all in the second period. 29-13, still a 16-point lead. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. There is one game out of the 6 being played tonight that is done, and that was the first of 2 played in the Mitchell Corn Palace. as Madison has defeated Aberdeen Roncalli 62-42. Now traveling violation as Howard was looking for somebody to pass it to. Then he put it on the floor but just dragged the pivot foot and is called for the steps. So Madison is back into the state tournament. They were runner-up in Class A, it's a T area a year ago. They'll go in as a 2 seed, assuming St. Thomas, or assuming Sioux Falls Christian, undefeated, defeat St. Thomas More tonight. Sioux Falls Christian had a 42-31 lead at halftime. That game is going on at Riggs High Gym in Pierre. I take that back. It's at the Chamberlain Armory in Chamberlain. Royal Elk Eagle fires a 3, hits it for the Ranchers, who again are making a bit of a game of this one. 29-16, back within 13, but they've been down by a big margin. Now we've got a foul away from the ball underneath. This might be Jackson Klemple, and it is. That'll be his second foul, and both of them have been in trying to battle for position against the big fellas of the Chargers. Klemple checks out with foul number 2. Reese Jensen, the 5'11 junior, is in. Now Jordry checks back in for Howard. Jet Lamb is also in, the big 6'3 sophomore off the bench for Sully Buttes. Lamb will inbound. 3:47 to play. It's out to Whitler. Fires a quick 3 that's up no good. Garrett Rolfe with the rebound and then a quick foul on the reach. That'll go against Cameron Ogle. Cam with his first. Chargers still have fouls to give here in the first half. Whitler 0 for 3 from outside the arc. 2 of those have gone halfway down and rattled back out now, but not something you normally see from Nick Whitler. Elk Eagle gets it out to the outside perimeter. Anders out of the near side. Garrett Rolfe feeds underneath. Jensen got up in the air and a clean block here for Jet Lamb. And Landon Arnold says it'll be a jump ball, so a takeaway here for the Chargers. And Reese Jensen just got caught in no man's land, 5'11 against 6'3 Jet Lamb, who was able to reach up, get that clean block. Chargers back with it, leading by 13. 3:15 to go. Inside, Jordry too strong off the glass with a rebound. Wrestled away by Jet Lamb, who will put it back up and in. Chargers up by 16 again. Sully Buttes in this second period, a better job of crashing the offensive glass now. Jake George with some trouble, but gets it away. Ranchers down to the corner now, up to the wing, and a 2-ball up, no good. Jordry with the rebound off of the miss from Anders. Chargers cross the timeline left to right, looking for more. 15-point advantage. Clock coming down to the 2:35 mark of our second period. Sully Buttes led 21-4 at the end of one, but actually being outscored 12-10 here in the second period. Whitler tries another 3. No good. Long rebound. Anders looking to win the race as Whitler catches up to him, knocks it out of bounds. But the tough night from distance continues so far here in the first half for Nick Whitler. Now Reese Jensen checking out for the Ranchers along with Royal Elk Eagle. Jet Lamb is out with a decent hand from the Sully Buttes crowd, who has made the trip. Well, it's about half and half for Sully Buttes. Half the fans have come here to Faith to follow the boys. The other half have made their trip to Aberdeen already, following the Lady Chargers, who will play the final game of the first round of the State B girls basketball tournament tomorrow. And we'll be right there with them here on KGFX all 3 games. Meanwhile, a 3-pointer up and in for Jake George. His first long one of the night. He's got 7 points, all in this second period as a fine second stanza continues. Dangerous pass. Whitler keeps it alive, and the fall away up no good. Jordry reaches, but loses it on the way up. Shot will not go. Lincoln he went up with the right hand. Of course, he's a dominant left-handed player, but he just lost a handle on that ball. Going up with it. Ranchers came down with it. They've got it now. A long 3 pushed up by Het. That'll come up short from the wing, and Ogle has the rebound. Chargers quickly up the floor. We'll catch up with the video there for those that are following along. Here's Grant Johnson. He wants 3 from Ogle. No good. Howard will keep it alive and an offensive board Now Ogle up top. He'll fire a three. That won't go. Howard looking to get another one and unable to save it as he comes into your living room. Good hustle there, 3-2. And with 1:06 left to play in the first half, Harding County still playing this one as tight as they can, trailing by just a dozen, 31-19 after trailing by 17 at the end of one quarter of play. Looking for the cut, inside, Het takes it, unable to hit. And again, one of those instances where you probably should use glass if at all possible, but a good run of the offense there by Harding County. That one did not work out. Now Johnson, top of the key, gets it to Ogle. Back up top, it's Nick Whitler. Quickly inside, Jordry, turnaround shot and cleanly blocked. Kept alive underneath, though. Howard will put it up and in for two and a chance at one more. Tell you what, the Ranchers doing a nice job defensively on Lincoln Jordry in the second period. Link's got 6 points, but all in the first quarter of play. Howard, meanwhile, with that keep alive, got the foul, and it's the third personal for Jackson Klemple. I think there aren't too many people that Harding County can ill afford to have off the floor more than Jackson Klemple in this ballgame. But he'll check out. David Tylis in for the first time. He's a 6'1 sophomore. Howard gets the free throw. He's got 9 points, the lead back to 15. With another sub in, Jake will check out. Jack Mercer back in for the Chargers with a shot clock off and 26 seconds to play in our first half. 34-19. There's Johnson with an easy pick and a steal, and the reverse layup is up and in for Grant Johnson. He saw that pass coming all the way. Ranchers will break the press this time. Now they've got 7 seconds to put one last shot down. Suddenly the Chargers back up to a 17-point lead. 3-ball to close it out, no good. Lamb with the rebound, and the distance throw will come up short. And a good finish for the Sully Buttes Chargers in the second half, or second period, we should say. And on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, it's Sully Buttes 36, Harding County 19. And the Wagner Auto scoreboard from Wagner Auto Company and Pier, the one place to go. We'll pause for 2 minutes. We're at the half in this round of 16, 2 versus 15 battle. Following the Sully Buttes Chargers through the postseason on 1060 KGFX, 107.1 FM, and drgnews.com.
When you want to get more for your money, start by getting more when you borrow it. And you can get more with Farm Credit Services of America. Along with attractive rates and ag-friendly terms, you get an entire organization that understands what you do and works for your success. You can also get cashback dividends, which gives you even more. Call Farm Credit Services of America at 1-800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like.
You said 2 minutes,
This is
right?
what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The staffs at Wilbur Ellis and Highmore, Blunt, and Miller wish the best of luck to the area high school sports athletes, and they're proud to bring you this game. Learning teamwork and dedication now provides great lessons for life and their wish to successful season. Just like the success the team at Wilbur Ellis strives to help their customers achieve in their farming operations. Put them to work for you. Call Blunt at 962-6161, Miller 853-2382, and Highmore at 852-2220. Wilbur Ellis, ideas to grow with.
Venture Communications, providing reliable gigabit RushNet internet, digital HD TV, and communication services to South Dakota. Everybody gets HD free. With digital TV, you get what you want. Digital TV, DVR, free HD, and more. Bundle your digital TV with ultra-fast gigabit RushNet internet and reliable phone services to save. Ask about managed dual-band Wi-Fi service also with a managed router. Venture Communications, 852-2224, keeping you in touch.
Welcome back to the Faith Community Center at the half of the round of 16. The Sully Buttes Chargers raced out to a 21-4 lead at the end of one quarter of play. Harding County clawed back within as little as 11 or 12, but the Chargers finished the second period on a flurry, and they got it back to that 17-point advantage that they had at the end of the first 8-minute period, and they lead the Harding County Ranchers 36-19. As you listen to the coverage of the Sully Buttes Chargers postseason basketball, 1060 AM and 107.1 FM. KGFX Pier, a member of the Dakota Radio Group. We're online as well with audio at drgnews.com and, of course, live streaming video through youtube.com on the 1060 KGFX channel. If you subscribe to that, you can still see the rest of this one on a live stream with video as well as audio. I'm Brian Oakland. Good to be with you here. As again, a quick start for Sully Buttes, which they've done in their first two postseason games. Got out to an 8 of 14 effort on the floor in that first period, went 7 of 19 in the second, and again, more shots started falling for Sully late in that second period. So 15 of 33 on the floor. They've gone 2 of 8 from long range so far, and 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. Chargers are led in scoring by Jacob Howard, who has 9 points. Cameron Ogle next in line with 8, including a couple of threes. 7 points for Nick Whitler, 6 for Lincoln Georgery, who had a difficult second period, as Harding County did a good job defensively against the big fella. Jet Lamb is off the bench with 4 points, and Grant Johnson has 2 on a steal and a breakaway layup for Sully Buttes, with 36 on the board overall. For Harding County, just 1 of 16 unofficially in that first quarter, but much better in the second. They hit 6 of 12 overall in the second period, 7 of 28 on the floor, 3 of 11 from outside, but 3 of 4 in the second period. So that's an indication of how much better that second period was for the visiting team on the scoreboard. Ranchers just 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And they are led in scoring by Jake George, who has 7 points, including one of the three-pointers. Zach Anders has a three-pointer with and 5 points overall. Royal Elk Eagle with the other 3 for Harding County. And 2 points apiece for Garrett Rolfe and for Jackson Klemple for Harding County to round out their scoring. They trail 36-19. Rebounding advantage goes to Sully Buttes, 19-12 overall, 5-4 now on the offensive end, but the Chargers weren't getting the offensive boards until that second period. Sully Buttes with 5 turnovers, Harding County with 6, and Sully with a 5-2 advantage in the assist column, all adding up to a 36-19 lead here at the half. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll preview upcoming action, including the state girls Class B basketball tournament, which starts tomorrow in Aberdeen. Sully Buttes will be on tomorrow night here on KGFX, and we'll take a look at other scores in the round of 16 games in Classes A and B that are being played this evening. All that and more coming up here at the half as Sully Buttes leads Harding County 36-19 on KGFX.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in South Dakota are safer than ever before. And that's something I really love.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Colson Farms of Blunt proudly sponsors this broadcast of the Sully Buttes Chargers. High school athletics and activities are about learning life values, such as perseverance, commitment, and teamwork. Success travels in the company of very hard work, and it shows with the Chargers. Colson Farms wishes the Sully Buttes athletes the best of luck in your competition. In for the win, Chargers.
The Corner in Oneida is a proud supporter of Sully Buttes athletics and youth activities. Stop by the Corner on your way out to support the Chargers for all of your C-store needs. Fuel, hot stuffed pizza, roaster chicken, and daily lunch specials. Plus snacks, beverages, and everybody's favorite, warm cookies. The crew at the Corner is proud of the hard work and determination our kids show in all of their school activities and wish them good luck in today's performance. From the Corner in Oneida.
Virtually anything in your house or building that can run on electricity can run on propane. However, a propane-fueled home is less costly to operate than an electric home. Studies have shown that propane is cheaper, warmer, cleaner, safer, and more dependable than electric. Contact Stewart and Daughters in Oneida at 258-2647 today to learn more about the benefits of propane. Stewart and Daughters, a proud sponsor of high school sports and the Sully Buttes Chargers.
We're back in faith, 36-19. Sully Buttes leads Harding County here at the half as we'll continue. Take a look at some scores that are going on in other areas of South Dakota. And again, this is one of 6 games going on, 3 in Class A, 3 in Class B. Games that have ended. Let's go to Class A. Again, Madison has defeated Aberdeen Roncalli 62-42. The Bulldogs in the State A tournament. In Chamberlain at Sioux Falls Christian leading St. Thomas More by 10 at the end of 3. It's 53-43. Sioux Falls Christian unbeaten on the season. The other game in Class A going on is at the Corn Palace in the second game of 2 as Crow Creek leads Parker. Crow Creek, the 5 seed in that field, and they're leading the 12 seed Parker 17-16. That is after 1 quarter of play. Looking for good things from Crow Creek. They're trying to join the Lady Chieftains in state tournament play as the Lady Chieftains will be playing in the State A in Watertown this weekend. We wish them the best of luck. And, Sully Buttes trying to do the same thing, join their female counterparts into the state tournament. Lady Chargers play Ethan tomorrow night here on KGFX. Again, here it's 36-19, Sully Buttes with the lead over Harding County at the half. Also at the half, in Huron, it is number 6 seed in Class B, Canastota, leading Castlewood in a good one, 36-33. And the game that was before that, number 7 Langford area against Coleman Egan. I've been searching the Twitter feeds, but I have not found a score in that one as of yet. So once we get it, actually there's the stat sheet, and it looks like by a single point, it is Langford area defeating Coleman Egan 40-39. So Langford area is in with a 40-39 victory over Coleman Egan. They'll be if all of the favorites win tonight in Class B, Langford would be the 7 seed. But that's a team like Sully Buttes and like Harding County, actually, who have been to the state tournament quite a bit in recent years. And one of these two teams, of course, will try to keep their roll going. Once again, Lady Chargers in the state tournament. They headed off to the Barnett Center for practice here today, and we'll have them the final game of the day tomorrow. It's 7:45 at the scheduled tip-off. It'll be right here on 1060 KGFX, drgnews.com. We cannot video live stream state tournament ball games due to the contract obligations for the South Dakota Public Broadcasting, but of course we'll have it with audio online as well as on KGFX. The Faith Lady Longhorns, who play in this very gym, are undefeated in Class B. They're the top seed. They'll start the day against Trip Delmont Armor tomorrow in a 1-8 game, followed by Warner Castlewood, the 4 versus 5. Then it'll be number 2 Hanson against number 7 Avon, and then our game, Sully Buttes, the 3rd seed in the tournament field, facing an old state tournament rival, the Ethan Lady Rustlers, and we'll be on the air about 7:20 tomorrow night. Here we go, second half in the Ranchers with the Linz Dakota Mart. Second half throw-in, shot up no good by Jake George, unable to hit. Jacob Howard down with a rebound, and the Chargers have their first second half possession. Switching directions now, moving from our right to left, as the Chargers are the home team in white. Grant Johnson starts the second half in place of Devin Clevin. Grant with a nice baseline drive, and he will put the reverse up and in. Pretty move. And a pretty play for Grant Johnson. So Devin Clevin, who apparently rolled an ankle in that first half, does not start the second. Hopefully he'll be okay. Maybe Coach Brian White just taking every precaution, giving him a little extra playing time. Another shot up no good for Harding County as things were altered by the big man Lincoln Jordry. Now a 3 for Whitler, who almost got his own rebound and unable to control it. Breakaway layup no good for Zach Anders as the Chargers ran him down. Now a 3 in the corner. Howard tries one but overshoots everything. Just a 2-point effort so far for Sully Buttes, but they lead 38-19. Here come the Ranchers in the lane. Kick out, Garrett Rolfe feeding Jake George, who hits his second 3 of the night. And it's 38-22. Harding County back within 16. 6:20 to go. We're still very early in the third quarter. Johnson to Whitler, back to Grant Johnson, 4-3. A little too strong. Chargers really struggling from long range now. Rebound down to Jackson Klemple, who starts the second half for the Ranchers with 3 personal fouls. Here's a long 2 from the outside. And I didn't catch whether that was Rolfe or perhaps it was Jake George. I think George was the one coming away from the area, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 4 in a row, actually 5 in a row for Harding County. Cameron Ogle will make a nice move, and he'll put the shot up and in, and a timeout will be called by the Chargers here with 5:32 to play in the third period. A timeout on the floor brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling of Beer. Back in 30 seconds, it's 40-24 Chargers on KGFX.
Good luck, Chargers, from Oahe Grain Corporation in Oneida, your local independently owned and operated grain elevator. At home or in the field, find all the market information you need online at oahegraincorp.com. You can even get bid information by text. Oahe Grain, bringing the world's markets to local farmers with updates every day. For all your grain marketing needs, call Tim or Allen at Oahe Grain in Oneida today, 1-800-658-3654.
Back in Faith on a Wednesday night. Not very often we get Wednesday basketball. I do remember several years ago, Sully Buttes and Iroquois played on a Wednesday night. Chargers made the state tournament with a win over the Chiefs in Aberdeen that particular night. But here out in the great northwest of Faith, Harding County trying to keep pace with the Sully Buttes Chargers. And a timeout called here by Harding County. Maybe Jay Wamman sensing some trouble, so he gets the timeout with 5:12 to go. Another 30-second Coca-Cola break in the action. We're coming right back to the round of 16 on KGFX.
At Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemicals in Oneida, they know farmers don't all have the same game plan. That's why they give farmers options, from what brand of seed they want to use to what features they want on their grain trailer. Barber Chemicals also provides custom spraying of ag chemicals and fertilizers, finding the best solution for your fields. Team up with the best. Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemicals in Oneida, a proud sponsor of Sully Butte Sports. Call 258-2708 or come see them under the Big Blue Water Tower south of Oneida.
Back in Faith once again. This was actually a full timeout called by the Ranchers, so they are still in timeout huddles. I've been saying there was 6 games being played tonight, 3 in the A, 3 in the B. However, there are 7. There are 4 games in Class A. The one we neglected to tell you about was number 7 against number 10, and the defending state champion T-Area Titans lead Sisseton 32-18. That game at the half and being played in Watertown. Watertown, where the Class A girls state tournament will be starting tomorrow. So that's why they had to get that Watertown game out of the way here tonight. Charger foul out of the timeout, and that's going to replenish the shot clock, among other things, but they put it on number 20. So Devin Clevin does get in there to get some play early in the second period, even though Grant Johnson had started the quarter. In the inbound with a little miscommunication on the part of the Ranchers, they'll throw it out of bounds. So the first turnover of the second half and the 7th of the game for Harding County. 3 minutes in, 5 to go, third period. The Chargers lead by 16, 40-24. They've had a comfortable lead most of the game after a 17-point advantage at the end of a quarter. There's a nice move off of the bump, and Devin Clevin will put it up and in on the feed from Lincoln Jordry. 42-24. Ranchers back with it. This is Jake George, gets it up to Garrett Rolfe. Starts right, crosses over back to the left. Nothing doing, out to Camden Het, now back inside Klemple, now up to George. George, one dribble and a pull-up, shot up, no good. George with the Jordry with the rebound. Chargers quickly up the floor, pull-up baseline, jumper is up and in for Nick Whitler. Nick, who has struggled with his shot since the first period, gets his first 2 in a while. He has 9 points. It's 44-24. Chargers with their biggest lead of the night. Hitting 20, I believe, for the first time. Halfway through the third period. On the move is Het. The shot will not go. gets a bump and a foul, I believe, on Cameron Ogle. Camden Het will go to the free throw line off of Ogle's second personal foul. Team foul number 2 for the Sully Buttes Chargers. As Camden Het will shoot 2. Harding County with only 2 free throw attempts in the game so far. Het gets the first of 2 this time. And a chance for another. Garrett Rolfe will check out. Royal Elk Eagle in for the Ranchers, the 5'10 sophomore who played good minutes in that second period. Second one for Het is good. 2 for 2, both from the swish. 44-26, Chargers lead by 18 here in the third. 3:50 and counting down. State B boys begins next Thursday. Chargers, if all things go as expected, would be the 2 seed and would play the first game in the evening. Here's Lincoln Jordry from the left elbow, shot up and good. We talked about his mid-range prowess in that first half. Showed it there. Back to a 20-point lead. Pull up here for Zach Anders. Can't get the bounce. Jordry with another rebound. Chargers heading back right to left. Lincoln Jordry starting to approach double digits in the rebounding category. Whitler comes up short. Off the front of the rim. Het with the rebound. And a Het with a 3. This one up no good. And Jordry with another one pulled down. Back the other way. Ogle to the high post. Howard kicks out. Whitler over to Clevin for 3. On the wing, it's good. Well, Devin Clevin hits his first long one of the night. Oddly enough, Whitler had the space, but chose to dish it off. He'll get the assist anyway. And you wonder if that's just because Nick just hasn't been able to hit him from long range tonight. He's 0 for 5. There's a clean block. Howard denying Jake George. Chargers on a 3-on-2. Whitler behind the back will put it up and off the mark. But Jordry with the tip in is good for 2. And a timeout called here by the Ranchers. They'll need a full timeout as the Chargers, with a good defensive block shot, turning into a fast break. They'll take a 50-26 lead into this Coca-Cola break in the action with 2:21 to play. We're back in 1 minute in the round of 16 on KGFX.
With convenient mobile text banking from Sunrise Bank, it's easier than ever to manage your money right where you are. Using just your message feature on your mobile phone, you can quickly check your account balances and review your transaction history. See how easy it is to keep up with your finances on the go. Sunrise Bank Dakota is a proud sponsor of Sully Buttes Athletics and Activities and wish the Chargers good luck in today's competition. Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, member FDIC.
CHS Midwest Cooperative is a proud supporter of youth activities. They're your full-service ag center serving western and central South Dakota. When you need help on your farm or ranch operation, call your local CHS Midwest Cooperative office. They're your agribusiness partners in Pierre, Phillip, Kadoka, Blunt, Oneida, Draper, and Highmore. CHS Midwest Cooperative is proud to sponsor local sports and promote our local youth. And remember, for your farm or ranch, visit the team at CHS Midwest Cooperative, serving western and central South Dakota.
Back in Faith out of the timeout. Ranchers will have 2 left to use in the rest of this one. We got a scoring update and a final in from Class A. The top seed, Sioux Falls Christian, has gone on to defeat St. Thomas More 75-52 in Chamberlain. So the top seed and undefeated Chargers, that's the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers, will be playing out in Rapid City in the State A Boys Tournament next weekend. Baseline drive and a denial by the Ranchers as we get back at it. That off of a miss of a 3 by Harding County. Chargers with it, leading 50-26. Johnson comes up short and a long 2 from the wing. Up ahead, it goes to Harding County. They got up the floor quickly, almost too quickly. They had to run it back down and get it back into play. Here's Garrett Rolfe. Tough shot over some long arms. Unable to hit. Jordry with another rebound. And Whitler slows it up across the timeline from right to left. So the top 2 seeds are in Class A. There's a nice pass up and in. The finish for Jordry. The foul by the Ranchers. And a chance at a 3-point play. Lincoln Jordry stepping his game up once again here in the third period after a tough second stanza. Johnson out, Clevin back in for Sully Buttes. The foul is the first for Harding County in the second half, the second personal for Jake George. The free throw is good for Jordry. And another substitution is Reese Jensen will come in to spell Jackson Klemple. The lead to 27 now, with $1:22 to go in the third period. Sully Buttes continuing to add to their biggest lead of the night. They led by 17 at the end of both the first and second periods, 36-19 at the half. Elk Eagle will give it to Garrett Rolfe on the move, jump step, and a nice job defensively there by Ogle to negate the good shot. Chargers take it away. Clevin on the wing to Jordry on the give and go. Now tipped away by Jake George, and then up into the stands on the other end. Garrett Rolfe, or rather Zach Anders, trying to keep it alive. Unable to do so. Chargers will maintain possession. Final minute of the third quarter. With 53 seconds to play, 53-26 our score. Jet Lamb in for Sully Buttes. Inbounds to Nick Whitler. Now to Devin Clevin, cross the way. Ogle inside. Lamb, it's up and in for two. Nice job running the offense there. The big fella's Ogle feeding Lamb. Jets got 6 in the game. Chargers closing in on a 30-point advantage. 55-26 now with 30 seconds to play. George for 3 is up no good. Jordry skies above everybody else and pulls down the rebound. As Jake George hit that one off of the back iron. Chargers will play for the last shot. Jordry has 6 rebounds in the third quarter alone, and I've got him with about a dozen overall, so he's got a double-double. 5 seconds, knocked away out of bounds by Garrett Rolfe. 5 seconds to play in this third quarter. Let's make it 13 rebounds for Lincoln Jordry. Inbound comes to Whitler. Hesitates, gets around Elk Eagle, gives it out, and Ogle for 3 at the buzzer is no good. So on the Wagner Auto scoreboard at the end of 3, the Chargers are 8 minutes away from a return trip to the State B as they lead Harding County by the score 55-26. Wagner Auto appear as the one place to go. We will pause for 60 seconds. We'll back for the fourth next on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in South Dakota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemicals in Oneida, they know farmers don't all have the same game plan. That's why they give farmers options, from what brand of seed they want to use to what features they want on their grain trailer. Barber Chemicals also provides custom spraying of ag chemicals and fertilizers, finding the best solution for your fields. Team up with the best. Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemicals in Oneida, a proud sponsor of Sully Buttes Sports. Call 258-2708 or come see them under the Big Blue Water Tower south of Oneida.
We go to the fourth as Sully Buttes opens up what was a 17-point lead. They outscore Harding County 19-7 in the third period. And the Chargers with the first possession of the fourth quarter, but a traveling violation is ruled. And Harding County will get it back. Got a couple of scoring updates to try to get them passed along. Crow Creek leading at the half over Parker in Mitchell 33-26. And for Central South Dakota fans who might be interested in seeing that one, the Argus Leader website is live streaming that one from the Corn Palace. And Chieftains looking pretty good so far with a 7-point halftime lead. Canastota leading Castlewood 44-33 in boys basketball as they have opened things up into the second half as well. Canastota would be the 6th seed if the seedings hold true going to the State B. But they've got a ways to go. We've got 7:20 to play yet as well. 55-26, all Chargers in this one. Jordry from the high post, good ball movement out to Whitler, still looking for his stroke, and he found it. Nick Whitler with his first 3 in 6 tries tonight. 58-26, and that would put us into a 30-plus point scoring margin. Here's a block shot in the lane by Howard, as he will deny Jake George, who was otherwise making a pretty nifty move. Defense for the Chargers, who again now lead by 30-plus, so we'll have a running clock on out-of-bounds plays and the like. Here's Jordry. Nice pass from Whitler up and in for Lincoln Jordry. Lincoln with 9.5. He's got 15 in the ball game. Chargers spreading the wealth tonight very well. Clevin will knock a pass into the backcourt. Zach Anders will run it down. Out of the field of view. There he comes back into the video stream. He'll get a pull-up shot from 12, up no good. Clevin with the rebound. Chargers heading back right to left. Chargers playing comfortably right now, 2 minutes into the fourth. There's a runner for Clevin, up no good. Howard with the offensive board. He'll put it back home. Jacob Howard doing what Jacob Howard does, offensive rebounds and putbacks. One of the biggest keys to Chargers' success. Game in and game out. There's a nice shot up and in for Garrett Rolfe. He will score his second field goal of the night. 62-28, Chargers by 34. Harding County coming in with a 7-game win streak, had wins over Newell and Faith in the Region 8 postseason play. As Howard is fouled, he'll go to the free throw line. 2-4, the guilty party would be the third personal for Jake George. Both teams with only 2 fouls so far here in the second half. Clock does stop for free throws, as Howard, the lefty, puts the first one up and in. Jacob unofficially with 12 points now as Jordry, Ogle, and Clevin will check out. 2 seniors in that bunch. Another senior still at the line as Jet Lamb is in with Jack Mercer and Grant Johnson. Second free throw for Jacob still in, or does not go. Kept alive by Mercer, but he'll end up out of bounds. And the Ranchers will take over. 5:13 to play. The Chargers poised for a good run. Of course, a lot of excitement in Charger land and their opportunities come to that state tournament. They're looking to be in very good shape to get back there, and the Chargers would be a 2 seed, looking up at only Bridgewater Emory. Foul called on the drive, and a chance at free throws here for Jake George, who continues to play well for Harding County. Howard, it's his second personal. George to shoot a pair. First one is up and off the back of the rim, no good. That's the first miss from the stripe for the Ranchers in 5 attempts tonight. Just under 5 minutes to go in this one. Second free throw for George, the leading scorer. That's also off the back iron, but an offensive rebound kept alive by Camden Hett. Here's 2 attempted. Garrett Rolfe will float it up over the long arms, and he'll get it to fall. 6 for Rolfe at 62-30. 4:40 counting down. Here's Whitler down in the left corner. Cross-court pass. Quickly underneath, it gets to Howard. He'll be fouled from behind, and he'll get a couple of free throws. Fed underneath by Jack Mercer. So Howard really with Whitler, the only starters out there. You've got Jet Lamb, Jack Mercer, Grant Johnson in there, but it won't be long before Brian White will probably start shuffling other people in as Howard gets the first one this time. Jackson Klemple called for his 4th personal. Talk about the youth of Harding County. They've got some good, promising things to come in the next couple of years. Howard gets the roll on the second one. The lead back to 34, 64-30. Sully Buttes leading here in Faith over the Ranchers of Harding County. Zach Enders in traffic, gets out of there and then goes to the baseline. The runner up, no good. Rebound tipped on the floor, now picked up by Klemple as they'll keep it alive. Ranchers with another possession. Here comes Rolfe, and going to be a foul called. This will be on Jet Lamb. Jet looks like he thought that he had All ball on that one. May have gotten him down low. They're going to say that the foul occurred on the floor. Here comes Nick Whitler and Jacob Howard out. And it'll be all bench players probably the rest of the way. Lamb again with his first personal. The inbound coming for Harding County. Fresh 35 as well. 3.5 minutes to go in Sully Buttes' quest to make the state tournament. Foul here on the shot that'll put Garrett Rolfe to the free throw line. 42, Jack Mercer with his first personal. With 3:27 to play. 65-30, Chargers lead here. Don't forget, Lady Chargers against Ethan tomorrow night at 7:45 here on KGFX. The final game of the first round. It's the 3 versus the 6. Rolfe's first free throw is up and good. And, of course, all 3 games from the State B girls tournament from Aberdeen this year here on KGFX coming up this weekend. Second free throw, no good. Mercer pulls a rebound down. Jack is in there, as is Sam Mercer now, the 6'2 junior for Sully Buttes. He's got it down off of the left block. Sends it out to Sebastian Frost, who also came in. Grant Johnson to Frost. 13 on the shot clock, 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Johnson floats one up. Can't get the shooter's touch. We'll have a jump ball called. Lamb involved. And the possession arrow goes to Harding County. Chargers going to improve to 22-1 going into the state tournament, most likely as a 2 seed. And that would put them again playing the first evening game next Thursday here on KGFX. I'll give you the full rundown coming up into the post game with the games that are being played tonight as well as those that will be played tomorrow night. Air ball on the 3 by Rolfe. Taken down by Jet Lamb as the Chargers have another possession here with 2:20 and counting down. Frost inside Lamb, foul on the denial of the entry, but Jackson, well, everybody's coming back this way apparently. It was on a clear out, and the foul will be called on the big fella, Jet Lamb, with his second personal foul. An embrace here for Garrett Rolfe and head coach Jay Wamman. He'll check out along with Jake George. Those are the 2 seniors, the only 2 seniors for Harding County. Checking out for the last time. Jet Lamb has also exited stage left for the Chargers. Under 2 minutes to play, $1:45 to be exact. Royal Elk Eagle in for Harding County. Also for the first time, Garrett George, a 6-foot freshman, in to the basketball game. 3 more Harding County reserves ready to get into the game as well. Nice shot up and in the middle of the lane for Camden Het. And a timeout will be called here by Jay Wamman just to get other players in with 1:25 to go. Harding County with a great finish to their season, although it will come up a game shy of the state tournament. Again, coming in with a 7-game winning streak. They'd won 9 of their last 10. The only team to beat them in that stretch was Timberlake. Timberlake will play Harriet Selby in Fort Pierre tomorrow. And the winner of that one will join Sully Buttes in the Big B next weekend. That'll be on KMLO 100.7 FM and drgnews.com, by the way. Chargers playing out the string with a little over a minute to go. Jump step in the lane and a tough shot up and in for Morris Hofer, who gets his first 2 of the night. Garrett Peterson, the freshman, in for the Chargers, 5'10". Also looking out there, Jack Darling on the floor for Sully Buttes, as is Rafe Wenches, the 5'10 freshman. Here comes Garrett George of the Ranchers, and a reach in called on Peterson. Team foul number 6 for Sully Buttes. Nope, it'll be number 7, so we've got a 1-and-1 opportunity here. Peterson's first personal. Clock again has been running continuously most of the fourth quarter. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up, no good. And Darling is down with a rebound. Chargers again improving to 22-1. Harding County's season will come to an end with a record of 14-8. 25 seconds and counting down. Pass goes out of bounds. Last touched on a tip by Harding County as the clock will continue to run, the 30-plus point margin here. Quinn Jordry in, a 6-foot sophomore, inbounds. We'll get it back. See if the Chargers get one more shot up. They certainly don't need one. Jordry will dribble it out. 3, 2, 1. The Sully Buttes Chargers heading back to Aberdeen on the Wagner Auto scoreboard. They will defeat the Harding County Ranchers 67-33. The Chargers expected to be a 2 seed unless something major happens in the 1-16 game featuring Bridgewater Emory and DeSmet tomorrow night. As Sully Buttes victorious in this one. On the Wagner Auto scoreboard, it's brought to you by Wagner Auto Company of Pierre, the one place to go. And we'll pause for 2 minutes. We'll get you a Bauman Lumber player of the game coming up in a postgame. And as we mentioned, all of the scores and the other games that'll still be played tonight and tomorrow that we'll pass along here as you listen to the Sully Buttes Chargers postseason basketball, the round of 16. The Chargers moving on to state for the 15th time as the Sully Buttes Chargers. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. You're listening to high school postseason basketball, 1060 KGFX and DRGnews.com.
When you want to get more for your money, start by getting more when you borrow it. And you can get more with Farm Credit Services of America. Along with attractive rates and ag-friendly terms, you get an entire organization that understands what you do and works for your success. You can also get cashback dividends, which gives you even more. Call Farm Credit Services of America at 1-800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The staffs at Wilbur Ellis and Highmore, Blunt, and Miller wish the best of luck to the area high school sports athletes, and they're proud to bring you this game. Learning teamwork and dedication now provides great lessons for life, and their wish to successful season. Just like the success the team at Wilbur Ellis strives to help their customers achieve in their farming operations. Put them to work for you. Call Blunt at 962-6161, Miller 853-2382, and Highmore at 852-2220. Wilbur Ellis, ideas to grow with.
Venture Communications, providing reliable gigabit RushNet internet, digital HD TV, and communication services to South Dakota. Everybody gets HD free. With digital TV, you get what you want. Digital TV, DVR, free HD, and more. Bundle your digital TV with ultra-fast gigabit RushNet internet and reliable phone services to save. Ask about managed dual-band Wi-Fi service also with a managed router. Venture Communications, 852-2224, keeping you in touch.
Back in the community center in Faith, South Dakota, the Sully Buttes Chargers will be heading once again to Aberdeen in the Big B for the second year in a row, the 15th time overall, as they defeat the Harding County Ranchers, the 15 seed in the round of 16, 67-33. We're talking with Coach Jay Wahman of the Ranchers. Keys to success: they had to keep Sully Buttes close early on. They had to probably knock down some three-pointers, but after a 1-for-16 first quarter of play, Harding County obviously behind the 8 ball. And they played well getting back into the game in the second period, down 17, but then pushing it back within 11 or 12. But Sully Buttes got a good flurry to close out the second quarter. Went into half still leading by 17 at 36-19. And then they opened it up even more in the third period with a 19-7 scoring advantage as Harding County went a little chilly from the floor once again. And it was 55-26 at the end of 3. Chargers with a 12-7 advantage with the running clock for most of the fourth quarter. And they win it by 34. 67-33. And again, the Chargers into the state tournament with Harding County's season coming to an end at 14-8 on the season. But again, a great finish after what was a 5-6 start for the Ranchers, who came into the postseason the 3rd seed out of Region 8B. Harding County goes 5 of 19 in the second half. They'll finish 12 of 47 unofficially, 4 of 16 overall on the ball game, and they'll hit that's from outside. They'll go 5 of 9 from the free throw line. In one double-figure score, it'll be Jake George, the senior, playing his final game. He finishes with 12 points. Garrett Rolfe also playing his last game, next in line with 7 points. Zach Anders finishes with 5. They get 4 from Camden Het, 3 from long range from Royal Elk Eagle, and 2 free throws from Jackson Klemple, who struggled in foul trouble tonight. For the Chargers, after a 13 of 22 second half of play, the Chargers going a little bit better than 50%, 28 of 55 overall. They're 4 of 14 from outside the arc, and again, good looks from outside that didn't go. It wasn't the best of nights from what we have seen from Sully Buttes, but they obviously are making plenty of shots elsewhere. And they'll also go 8 of 10 from the free throw line. 4 double-figure scores unofficially for Sully Buttes tonight as they bunch it all together. Lincoln Jordry did have some struggles tonight, but he finishes with 15 points to lead all scorers. Jacob Howard next in line with 14. Then it's 12 for Nick Whitler, and Cameron Ogle played a good ball game with 10 points. Also Jet Lamb off the bench with 6. Devin Clevin with 5. Devin had a bit of a turned ankle early in the game, but he came back and still gave the Chargers as many minutes as they really needed out of him, and looks pretty good to get into that state tournament next week as well. Grant Johnson off the bench with 4 points, and also Morris Hofer with 2 for Sully Buttes. So it is 8 Chargers into the scoring column as they win at 67-33 in this one. Chargers out rebound Harding County 31-18 overall. Lincoln Jordry leads the way with 13 rebounds for the Chargers to go along with his 15 points. Another solid effort for the big man. Not a lot of turnovers in this game. Credit to both teams for playing a clean ball game. I've got both teams with just 7 turnovers in this game, and only 2 for Sully Buttes and 1 for Harding County after halftime. The Chargers do have a 12-3 advantage in the assist column as well, as Nick Whitler leads with 4. Jordry had 3. Cameron Ogle with 3 assists as well. 67-33, your final. We've got an order of business to take care of. The naming of your Bauman Lumber Player of the Game, brought to you by Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. We will of the game, and there are some candidates, and hats off to the seniors for Harding County, playing as high as they possibly could tonight. Jake George with 12 points, Garrett Rolfe with 7. The only 2 seniors on that squad that is pretty much all freshmen and sophomores, with 1 junior, Reese Jensen, who got some minutes in this game as well. So we'll hear from them again, perhaps in the next year and 2 years from Harding County. But with the Chargers getting 4 players in double figures, of course, a lot of these guys already have Player of the Game T-shirts this season, but I was impressed, and I continue to be impressed with Cameron Ogle, the 6-foot junior, who hit a couple of threes early, got the Chargers off and running. They led 21-4 at the end of the first quarter, but Cameron also, with those 3 assists that we mentioned, and he pulled down a few rebounds tonight. It was a pretty good all-around game for Cameron Ogle. He's going to be our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. We'll get him a T-shirt from Bauman Lumber and KGFX Sports, noting his accomplishments as he and the rest of the Sully Buttes Chargers are heading back to Aberdeen, the State B tournament, beginning next Thursday. And again, we'll figure the Chargers to be probably the 2 seed in that tournament. They would play the first game on Thursday night. If DeSmet happens to pull the shocking upset and defeats Bridgewater Emory tomorrow, the Chargers would be the 1 seed, and they would play the first game of the tournament on Thursday afternoon. Let's run down the scores that we have for you. It is in Class B with 3 minutes left. Canastota leading Castlewood 59-48. That game is the 6 versus 11. Looks like the Hawks are in good shape to clinch the B, but of course we've seen in postseason basketball in South Dakota, nothing is for certain as of yet. And also, let's see if I can get some quick other scores in the Twitter feed of the games that are still going on. I saw a Crow Creek score. They were leading Parker in Class A 33-26 at the half, but I think that was continued into the third quarter, and Crow Creek still had a similar lead. So the Chieftains looking to book their ticket to Rapid City in the Class A tournament next weekend. Good luck and continued luck to the Crow Creek Chieftains. Looking to join Sioux Falls Christian and Madison, who have also earned their tickets to the tournament field, as Sioux Falls Christian defeated St. Thomas More and Chamberlain tonight 75-52. And Madison won the first of 2 games in the Corn Palace in Mitchell. They defeated Aberdeen Roncalli 62-42. So the top 2 seeds are in. Crow Creek would be the 5 seed. They are the 5 seed in the final 16. Also at halftime earlier, it was T Area in Watertown leading Sisseton 32-18. T Area is actually the defending champion in Class A. The other scores in Class B, Langford is into the tournament. They defeated Coleman Egan by the slimmest of margins tonight in Huron 40-39, if I saw that score correctly. So the Lions will be in. Of course, Sully Buttes is in now, defeating Harding County 67-33. Canastota 3 minutes away from also earning a berth in the State B as well. The other games in Class B all tomorrow. Number 1, Bridgewater Emory goes against DeSmet. That goes on in Hartford tomorrow. White River will play the second of 2 games in Pierre at Riggs High Gym tomorrow, as they'll play the 14 seed Kimball White Lake. And number 4, Corsica Stickney goes against Lower Brule in Huron tomorrow night with a 6 o'clock tip-off. Good luck to the Sioux in that one. Clark Willow Lake, the 5 seed against number 12, Sanborn Central Woonsocket. That'll be the second of 2 games in Huron. And then also a big one in Fort Pierre. The 8-9 game should be a good one as number 8, Harriet Selby area. The Wolverines take on the Timberlake Panthers going in as the 9 seed. And they've played each other once before this season. Harriet Selby coming away with an early season victory in that one. The other Class A games quickly. Tomorrow have the first game in Pierre at Riggs High tomorrow as number 3 Sioux Valley going up against the 14 seed Hot Springs. That'll be an interesting ball game. And again, that'll be followed by White River and Kimball White Lake, so both the 3 and 14 games. We've got a game on KPLO tomorrow. The number 4 seed Miller Rustlers will play in Winter against number 13 Red Cloud. Darren Boyle's call on that one begins at about 7 o'clock. With a 7-15 scheduled tip. The game before that is the 6 versus 11, Dell Rapids against Pine Ridge. And then Bonham and Dakota Valley, the 8 and the 9, will play in Yankton tomorrow. So that's the schedule of games. Also, of course, Class B girls basketball tournament starts tomorrow. Sully Buttes against Ethan. The final game of the day here on KGFX tomorrow will be on the air at about 7:20, 7:25, somewhere in there, as the Lady Chargers look for the three-peats. And going in with just 1 loss in the season, but the team that they have faced in the last 3 State B championship games, the Ethan Lady Rustlers, are the first team that they're going to have to get by tomorrow. Ethan going in as a 6 seed with just 2 losses on the season. Going to be a tough one for Sully Buttes. Should be a good one, though. Join us tomorrow night here on KGFX. Number 1, Faith, unbeaten, starts tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon in Aberdeen, taking on Christy Ryan, former Highmore standout. Her, actually now Christy Allen. She and her Trip Delmont Armor Lady Nighthawks against Faith at 12 noon tomorrow. Warner goes against Castlewood in the 4-5 game. Hanson and Avon are the 2-7. The Class A tournament field in Watertown has number 1 Belle Fourche against Madison. This is to start the day. Crow Creek is the 5 seed. They'll take on West Central. Good luck to the Lady Chieftains in the Class A state tournament. Number 2 St. Thomas More plays at 6 against Vermilion tomorrow night. And then it is McCook Central Montrose against Aberdeen Roncalli. That's the Classes A and B tournament fields for the state tournaments beginning for girls. Tomorrow, of course, the AA girls will play with the AA boys the following weekend. Don't forget, on your way to or from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you snow means slow. Drive for the conditions this winter, especially with the weather we've had the last couple of days, although thankfully on the way up to Faith, the roads were pretty dry, so we've got good conditions going back as well. And don't forget, buckle up every trip, every time from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Tonight's coverage of the Sully Buttes Chargers in the postseason has been made possible. Actually, before we tell you that, we remind you that this activity has been brought to you by this station, its advertisers, and the member schools of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. No rebroadcast in whole or in part may be made without the express written consent of the SDHSAA. Coverage of Sully Buttes postseason basketball sponsored by Farm Credit Services of America, by Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Services, also Midwest Cooperative, Sunrise Bank Dakota, Awahi Grain, Stewart and Daughters, by the Corner Convenience Store, Colson Farms, Venture Communications and Wilbur Ellis Air, of Blunt and Highmore and Miller, and we thank those sponsors for making our coverage of the Chargers in the postseason a possibility here on KGFX. We've also given you announcements from the South Dakota High School Activities Association throughout. Coverage of high school sports on KGFX comes to us courtesy of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the Boyd Consemius Agency, Teton River Traders Gun Shop, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Lynn's Dakota Mart, Coca-Cola Bottling, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto in Pierre. The one place to go in your final Wagner Auto.
Hey, sorry about that. I thought you were ready to wrap up.
That's right.